We talking about whatever that's on your mind. Speak your mind, don't be shy. This is your time to shine.
I didn't dig into this because, like I said, I don't really care. But by me being in the field that I'm in, my ear is still to the ground, whether I talk about it or not. Kaepernick, how, to me, from what I'm hearing about what this cat is doing, it sounds like he's begging to be back on the plantation. You're begging to be a slave. And to me, that sounds exactly what religion is. but yeah, going back to the sports. Yeah, to me, it sounds like he's begging. Am I on to something by saying that? Do you know anything about the Kaepernick begging or writing this letter to the NFL and all this stuff about all that?
When they make something you love a part of the plantation, then it just because he loves the game of football. So I guess he's not looking at it like that, but it's the game of football, and the league is who basically
thought about that
brought
too.
him down or whatever.
Yeah. I thought about what you said too, Cab, but I look at it like this. From what we do know about just about any sport professionally, for sure, it's slavery. It's slavery.
Yeah.
And,
any job is.
Yeah, but
not
especially
just
every job.
Any job.
Yes, every single job.
Yes, every job.
Every single job.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, I feel like you can do exactly what Cube is doing. Come up with your own league that way you can play football again.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of going to the white man, begging this nigga to put you back in the sport.
Like The Rock owns the new XFL. I don't understand why you just don't go to the XFL if you just want to play.
Right. If that's all you want to do, if you want to just play.
If that's all you want to do is play, why not go to the XFL? Really why not go to the Canadian League? Why not go to the Mexican League? Why, if you just want to play, because the Canadians and the Mexicans don't give a fuck about who you are. They just want somebody that can play.
Right. Yep.
And because you're going to be on their league, everybody's going to freaking tune in, and it's just going to bring viewers.
More for them. Yeah. Because you're a big star.
You're going to have the Deion Sanders effect.
Definitely.
By going to the XFL or by going to the Canadian League or by going to the Mexican League.
And everybody.
Why does it have to be the NFL?
To me, that is not what keeping it real is. That is not what keeping it real is to me. For you to be Kaepernick and begging to go back to this league, the term keeping it real, I feel like we use that in. That's just a figure of speech to me. Keeping it real is just a figure of speech. We do not use it.
Figure of speech.
Yeah, we do not keep anything real whatsoever.
We don't keep it real.
Nothing. Right. Because the moment we get to the Kaepernick position, we're going to do the Kaepernick now. That's not keeping it real.
Right. He kept it real, but he ain't keep it all the way real.
Exactly. No. To hold me back while I'm in front of around my boys. Hold me back while I say all this and that.
You lucky they holding me back.
Exactly.
You lucky they holding me back. You lucky they holding me back. Hey, I used to work at an alternative school, and it used to happen all the time, where your kids would act like they want to fight, and then when we would show up to break it up, now you want to go after, because you know we're getting ready to break up the fight.
Exactly. I never been the one that did that. I always let the people yep, until they got in reaching distance, and if you didn't do what you said you was gonna do, go back. Go back. There's no need for me to do all that yapping. It's like the Kaepernick. There was no need for Kaepernick to do all that yapping if you're gonna do what you do now. Just kneel and then move on. If they're gonna do what they did, what they did, just kneel and move on, and don't beg.
If you still wanted to play back then, there were still other leagues. There's an arena league. There's indoor league. There's so many other leagues that are insignificant that we don't hear because they're not on mainstream TV. That if you just wanted to play,
I think I know what it was. I think I know what it was now. He didn't want to leave his friends.
But you know what? He's not even listed as a. If you look him up, he's not even listed as an ex-football player or whatever. He's listed as a civil rights leader.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
So they did. Yeah.
That's how they got him on Wikipedia.
Yeah, he's listed as. Let me look it up.
They did the white
as
thing.
A civil rights leader.
They erased him.
They erased him as an NFL player.
Okay, he's an American civil rights activist. They don't have him up there as a football player,
as a former NFL player.
Ex-former, nah.
They didn't Rachel. What's the white chick who wanted to be black? Rachel, whatever. They didn't erased her. Erased them.
The racial divide.
Yeah, I'm like, I looked her up for something to talk about. I couldn't find anything other than something about her white parents, and that's it. I couldn't find nothing about her. I couldn't find nothing. I'm like, I couldn't even find what she did in the NCAA. I couldn't find nothing on that. I was like, they just straight erased her, and then here she come talking about I didn't wrote a black book about black.
Right.
And now we got Kaepernick out here begging a freaking white man. I'm like, this nigga right here. This nigga's an Uncle Ruckus to me.
That was the part. Like I said, I was behind him at first, but then I was like, and then I even watched this little documentary or whatever. Thought it was really, really good. I thought it was good when it kind of told his story. But then I was like, but if you really wanted to play, why does it have to be the NFL? Why don't you just go someplace? Right. Why don't you just go someplace else just to play? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if he'd have went to the XFL, I think there was something. What's his name? McMahon that owned WWE or whatever. He had it first.
Vince McMahon.
Then it went out of business. And then, but to me, that's what I would have did. I would have went and recruited him and brought him there, and everybody. Haters love people like him. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, and everybody can't stand the freaking Cowboys. But everybody is always talking about all Cowboys haters talk more about the Cowboys than they do their own team, right? And so people are going to go and watch Kaepernick in wherever he goes just because they hate him.
Mm-hmm. Unlike that Bright Grinder chick, update on that Cal too. Hey, not really an update, but
what's the update on her? Because I didn't pay no
attention. Again, the update on her that is nothing. It's nothing. It's exactly what we talked about. Cal, the moment she got out, what we was going to hear about her? Nothing. Ain't that what we said? You said ain't nobody gonna watch the sport no more than what they ain't already. She ain't gonna do nothing other than she did. I believe she did pop up on the scene somewhere, but at like a press conference talking about something white. And I'm like, man, now basically they done got you out, and now you done been to whatever it is that they told you to bend to.
It's a transaction.
Exactly, transaction. Because then, first of all, it makes absolutely zero sense to let go of freaking. I ain't gonna say, just because she's female and she's a professional female. I ain't saying that, but I'm saying for what she is. Period. Not just a person who's an NBA player to be released for a freaking war criminal. That makes sense. That makes just like American sense, to be exact. So, but again, and that's why you didn't hear nothing when she came out, like we stated when we talked about it at the time, and that's why the one little bitty thing that did pop up with her, I want to say, probably maybe sometime last year or earlier this year, when she popped up in some type of press conference saying, I don't even think it was sports related. I don't even think it was sports related. I think it was something about her.
Since she's been released, there hasn't been any. You know, even on TV, you would think that maybe they would have broadcasted more of the Phoenix's games or something like that. But that's not even the case, because you thought that would have brought a little bit more notoriety to the WNBA.
To them,
but she didn't. It didn't bring any more Nobody cared.
The only thing that would bring notoriety to the WNBA is that they announced that it would be no more WNBA.
See, I'm mad at you because I'm a female basketball player and I love
That's the only way.
girls basketball. I think it's more entertaining than men's basketball. It's more fundamentally sound. And if it wasn't for the fact that, and I'm one of those females back in the day that I would go to the gym and I would run with nothing but guys, and I would be the only female on the floor, and they would be mad at me because I could outplay most guys that are. If you're an average guy, I was able to outplay you. The only way you was able to outplay me was because you were stronger than me. The only reason.
And that's the
primary. But I shoot your lights out. You just lucky I couldn't dunk on you.
That's the primary reason why it won't get notoriety, because the way the world works, you are a female. There's no way you're supposed to be our adversary. No way. You can't do anything I can do better in this case right here. That ain't supposed to be. That ain't supposed to happen. But the sense that does happen on an often basis, we got to keep females in societal female place.
Gotta keep us in our place. I mean, and I get it as a female coach. I'm not supposed to. You didn't play football, so how are you supposed to know the game? Well, why is the fact that most female teams are coached by males, but males didn't play female basketball? Males ain't playing female volleyball. Males ain't playing female softball. Males ain't playing our, but we can't do. But it can't be the other way around with females coaching a predominantly male sport.
Cool. As long as you know your place, you good. I ain't gotta do no more talking.
And that's part of the problem.
And that is part of the problem. Like that's
that's part of the problem.
It is sad though. Like it is sad. Like I don't want to get too deep because it is getting too late. But that's one reason of why I think that equality would never exist, and I don't even think it can exist at this point.